everybody, thank you for coming on to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a really important topic that I've searched a lot of places about it and I didn't really find much information, but I've went through it myself, and I have to tell you, if you are really fed up with trying to potty train and you have been trying, you've been doing all these crazy things with your kid, trying to get him to be potty trained or her, I really have to tell you that this thing that I'm going to say now is what really works, and I'm going to mention how I started and what didn't work for me, and then I'm going to mention exactly what I did, what works, kind of the tips and tricks and just side notes of certain things, everything about potty training. This might be a little lengthy video, but for anyone who really is interested, this is what's really going to work for you. So I really encourage you, if you want to be potty train your kid, then stick around and listen to this video. When I first started potty training my boy, it was around 6 months. And what I would do is what I heard from other people, basically, is when you know they're going to be having their poop time, so that would be, say, after they eat breakfast and then after they have supper, usually that's when they would poop. So I would put them on the potty then, and sure enough, they would poop on the potty. If you're at that point and say your kid is, the problem is that your kid doesn't want to stay on the potty, what I would do is kind of just enforce it, like, no, go back, put them back, give them something to play with, give them a toy they want, give them a book that they're interested in, and I would put them in front of the TV and let them watch something that they like watching, so that they will know that the potty is not something bad. It's their friend, basically. So that's kind of how I broke into putting them on the potty firstly. So I did this whole process of putting them on the potty after breakfast, after supper, to get them to start pooping on the potty. Not even talking about peeing or anything like that. That was just for the pooping part. So I did that until my boy he's about 2 and 5 months, so he's almost 2.5 now. I was doing that for that amount of time, and it wasn't working. And I started to get kind of mad, because people would comment your kid should be potty trained already, and then I would hear stories about other parents, oh, I just put my kid on the potty when they were, 9 months, and they just were potty trained like that. Well, that is amazing. I'm really happy for you and everything, but that doesn't work for every kid. Maybe at this point it will work for some children, but it won't work for everybody, right? And I think that's the problem with a lot of kids today, because back then kids used to be they used to be potty trained faster. But today, even I tried talking to my mom, how did you potty train? Supposedly I was potty trained very fast, and I don't know how, and my mom would tell me, oh, when they're just pooping, whatever, go put them on the potty, or when they're peeing, go put them on the potty. So I would be running around, my kid is he's pooping, I would be running around and put him on the potty really fast, he'd poop on the potty. Yay, great, we have a celebration, whatever. But he would not go on the potty by himself. Whatever, he'd go to the corner, he'd stand there, he would poop right there, he'd pee right there, he would not, maybe this is your kid too, he would not independently go on the potty by himself. And the problem with my kid was, he doesn't talk yet. He's almost 2.5, he doesn't really say much, he doesn't say sentences, he says maybe 1-2 words, he doesn't really talk a lot. I'm not a real talker, my husband is not a real talkative person, so it's understandable, I get it. He might take a little bit longer to talk. But my husband used to joke about it. He used to tell my kid when he was younger, Eli, because his name is Eli, so he'd say, Eli, when you start talking, you're going to be going on your potty, and no more pooping in your diaper and all this. And he makes a joke that once he said that, he didn't want to be potty trained anymore, so he stopped talking. But anyways, that's just a side joke there. The point is, how did I get him to actually be potty trained? He's potty trained right now, and I'll get into that. So in my state of being just fed up and mad about it, and tired of the whole situation, I remembered, because I used to work as a behavior analyst working with autistic children. And there was this one boy that I was working with, and he was like 5 or 6 years old, and he was not potty trained yet. So what my team ended up doing was putting him on kind of a schedule, and we would put him on the potty every 5 minutes, then every 10 minutes, and every 15 minutes. And if he didn't pee or poop within that amount of time, say 15 minutes, then we would up it to 20 minutes, and then 25 minutes. But if he did, then we would go back down again. I'm not saying that's what you should do with your kid, but that's basically like really summed up how it works. So what I did, because my kid is almost 2.5, you got to take into account that he's a little bit older and his bladder's a little bit bigger, so he can hold more pee. So I would put him on the potty every hour. Every hour on the dot, I would put him on the potty. And the way I came up to him about that was, I would go up to him and I would say, Eli, pee-pee time, or potty time, or whatever you want to use. I would do that. And the reason why I would do this is because he doesn't talk yet. Because I wanted to teach him some kind of signal to give, because he doesn't talk yet. So I use this signal. I found this somewhere, someone was talking about this, so I'm like, oh, let me just try this. So I say pee-pee time, poo-poo time, whatever. And then I would take him by the hand, I would go to the bathroom, and then I would, and this part, I would help him to pull down his pants. Kids love to be independent. It makes them feel good. They know they should be doing these things, and it's your responsibility as a parent to help them be independent and be smart with them. Instead of just like spanking them or yelling at them or whatever, you have to be smart, okay? You are the older one, you are the wiser one, so you have to use your brains, okay? And if you're going to be like yelling or spanking or whatever you do or don't do, I'm not saying anything, but whatever your way is, you're going to exhaust yourself. You're going to feel bad about yourself. It's not going to work, and the kid is going to feel awful as well. So the way to do it is like this. Like I said, I would, say pee-pee time. I would take him to the potty. I would help him. I would say, pull down your pants. This is the independent part. Pull down your pants. If he doesn't know what pull down his pants is or how to do it, just, take his hands. You can show him yourself. This is how we pull down our pants. You can take his hands on his pants and say, pull down your pants, and help him, and then pull up your pants like this. And then eventually just, use your one finger and then just your hands until he's able to do it by himself. Put him on his potty, 5 minutes. Time on your watch, on your clock, whatever, have something. Time him 5 minutes, he should be on the potty. Whether it is the first minute, the third, or the very last minute, if he has urine, he will pee on the potty. And usually, in an hour, they will have something to pee. If he pees between that hour time, then make it less. Make it 45 minutes and see if that works. Or 30 minutes. It depends on your kid. It also depends on how long your kid has not been potty trained. Because the longer he's not potty trained, the more used to he is with his old, just, I do what I want, when I want it system. And he has to kind of unlearn that. So the faster you get him potty trained, the better it is for them, because they don't have that long time of relearning it or unlearning the past way of just doing whatever you want, whenever you want. So 5 minutes on the potty, take him off, also help him pull up your pants. You can help him, take his underwear first out and then pull him up, help him, whatever. And every time my kid would do this, you know, I would praise him, good boy, give me a high five, hug him, whatever. And then I would see him, like when he comes out of there, out of the bathroom and goes plays, whatever, I could see he's so happy. Because he knows he's not supposed to do that. But he doesn't know how. And it is your responsibility to help him know how to be potty trained, right? So it's just, I'm just saying, he was so much happier, and I could see like his spirit is happier, you know. The first hour, second hour, by the third or fourth hour, I took him by the hand. I said, pee-pee time, took him by the hand, and then at that moment, it wasn't like a tantrum or anything, but it was like, oh, you know, he was just like, oh, and then he kind of like started crying, like I'm doing such a horrible thing or something, you know, like he really doesn't have to go. He, you know, why are you taking me? I don't have to go. This sucks, whatever he's thinking, you know. So I felt sorry for him at that moment, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. You probably don't have to go because we've already went twice in the last 2 hours, right? So I didn't let him go. Surely enough, like couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes after that, his pants are all wet, socks, floor is wet, he peed. That was the point where that potty training was starting to root inside of him, like learn, like that learning was actually going inside of him. That's how it only takes a couple of times for it to start getting out that old way of peeing and pooping and enforcing the new way, and it's starting to learn. So after that point, I was like, no way, you're going every hour, you're gonna do this, you're gonna be potty trained. And by 3 days, he was doing it without crying, without murmuring, without anything like that. And after those 3 days, he was pretty much potty trained. But then after that, it seemed like he went into a kind of regression, where it seemed like he was going back to his old ways. But don't let that fool you, because he wasn't. It was just the old way of doing it was coming out, and that new way was coming in. So at that time, it was like about a week, the next 5 days or so, you just have to enforce it. And if you want him potty trained, he is going to be potty trained. It is up to you. When you get to that point where you're just fed up with everything, you know, that you're trying, it's not working, diapers, poopy diapers, running with him on the potty, putting him or her, you know, on the potty like that. If you're fed up with that, you will potty train him. So you have to enforce it. You do it, okay? Like, you put him on the potty every hour. And then you will notice, like, this is what happened. The transition happened where he started going by himself. And now, it's been about 2 weeks since I first started. And now, like, he had accidents during that time because he's still learning. You just have to keep enforcing it, okay? I would, like, if he had an accident, I said, no, I would take him, this is where you go pee-pee, this is where you go poo-poo, no more in your diaper, you know, like, you have to enforce it, stick it in his head, basically, you know, and then learn, like, doing it every hour like that is gonna really, like, it's gonna push him forward. If you stop and say, oh, I'm too tired or I'm too lazy to do this, he's going to go back to his old way, and it's going to kind of like screw him up. So once you start, just stick to it. It takes about, like, now it's 2 weeks, and I'm telling you, either he will come to me, he'll go like this, or he'll go like this, or he'll go like this, you know, and I'll say, okay, go pee-pee, you know, and he'll go by himself. And then, like, few minutes after, because now he's gotten to the point where he goes, pees, comes out, you know, like, he's coming out, he's pulling up his hands, like, it's such a wonderful thing to see now, like, oh my gosh, like, it's such a relief. So, and sometimes I will see him, you know, at the corner of my eye, just like running into the bathroom, and then I'll see him like running out, and I'll be like, you're done already? And I'll go see, and he already made like poo or peep, you know. Repeat. So yeah, it's this is what really works. Like, this is what is professionally done. This is what works. This is like by the book. This really works. You know, like I was trying to get bits and bobs out of what people were saying and trying very hard, and it wasn't working. This is the video to teach you how to really potty train your kid. Sometimes he gives me the sign, sometimes he doesn't give me the sign. And yesterday was so amazing because he actually came to me and he brought me into the bathroom and, you know, showed me here because his pants were like tight, right? They were like jeans and they had like a button and a zipper or something. So just a note, like, give him some kind of slacks or like material pants or something, so it's easy for them to take them off themselves. I still put on the diaper for nap time and when he's sleeping, because I find when he wakes up, like right when he wakes up or even when he's during sleeping, he will pee his pants and like pee his pants, so I keep the diaper on. Then I'm not really sure how this will go with that because, you know, like I said, I've just gotten down to him being potty trained during the day. And I'm thinking that with time, mastering the daytime potty, then he will be able to do the nighttime. But I'm not sure yet if there is any significant things that I do to teach him. That I'll do another video about that. But for now, I'm putting on the diaper for the nap and the bedtime. I started off with a little kind of tally thing just to get myself disciplined into it. It's really important to do it right on the dot, on the hour, because I noticed sometimes I wouldn't do it on the dot and I would wait maybe 5 minutes and he had already peed. You can give him a toy, let him have his own toy. At first I was giving him like this book he really liked or something. So that was helping him, kind of a reinforcement to get him to stay on the potty within those 5 minutes. That was a good reinforcement. Right now he doesn't really need a reinforcement because he just goes, pees, and comes off really fast. And, you know, keep saying good boy, you know, reinforcing your kid and letting him know that what he's doing is a good job. Just go ahead, if you have a kid that needs to be potty trained, obviously you're watching this video, or if you want to tell someone about it, direct him to this video, and this is what really works and what will definitely help your kid be potty trained, whether they are 6 months old. If I knew this like when he was 6 months, I would have done it. But that's everything, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on my video and watching this, and I know that if anyone watches it and tries it, it will work. Just stick to it and don't give up. First, discipline yourself so that you can discipline your kid. Thank you again, and I hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I will definitely be so happy to answer them. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.